What's going on, everybody? It is the S3. I'm JD. She is Lady M, also known as Jeff Demers, and Ms. Marnie Tisdale. We got a pretty good show for you today, mostly NASCAR today. We are going to touch on a couple other things. But yeah, I mean, it's NASCAR and Sonoma Weekend, Sonoma Raceway. So, like, this is a big weekend for our brand. It's a huge weekend for our brand. So, for those of you that don't really know us, we run our own sports media brand. I cover a lot of the local stuff, like I cover the Arizona Diamondbacks, I cover Arizona State football. Occasionally, I'll cover NASCAR. But we started over with our own brand after being with my old media group for almost 10 years. We started over like 7 months ago, and we're already building some pretty good partnerships, including one with Sonoma Raceway, which I want to give a big shout out to Greg Capilupo, also goes by Cap. Known him for about 10 years. He is actually our photographer, boots on the ground. He's already started sending me pictures. So follow us on X at Smartside, SMAAHTSIDE. You can also follow our Facebook page at the S3 Podcast. You can follow Sports Media X on Facebook. There's just a ton of different ways we're going to get this content out to you. And as always, the recap and a lot of the choice photos are going to be posted under the Sports Media X tab and in the articles on our website at CoachJeffDemers.com. Ms. Marnie has that link set up on her screen right there. That actually takes you to the bio, which includes everything we get going on. But one of those buttons is for our website. So with that being said, before we jump in, if you are looking to start your very own podcast, you know what I should have done? If you want to know, because we actually released, this wasn't even in the script, we released a 70-page guide on how to do a podcast from scratch to monetization. If you want that guide, just message us in the comments. Give me the guide. Absolutely free. We'll send it to you. We just need an email to send it to. Don't put it in the comments. We'll message you. So you keep your stuff somewhat secret or private. But yeah, I will send you out that guide. It's the ultimate guide for, I have two. The big one is for entrepreneurs. So if you want to know, like if you're a business coach or whatever, I also have one specifically for sports fans that want to launch just your own sports podcast and you don't want to worry about the business side of it. So just let me know. Say sports guide or business guide in the comments, and I will go ahead and contact you, and we'll get that set up to where I can send that out to you. Back on to the important stuff that actually pays the bills instead of just giving free stuff away. If you are looking to start your own podcast, you can get 1 month free of Podbean's unlimited hosting plan by going to podbean.com/Coach JD. Again, that is podbean.com/Coach JD. We'll also put the link for that in the comments as well. Finally, with the temperatures already over 100 freaking degrees here in the valley, it's only a matter of time before it gets to 120, which means hydration. You need a tumbler that can withstand the summer heat and keep your water cold. That's why we went to SWFL Promos. Shout out to Angelica at SWFL Promos for our personalized laser edge tumblers. Go to CoachJeffDemers.com/partnerships, and you can click on their button as well by doing that. Or you can go again to SWFLpromos.com. Mine has a little character added to it. See that little ding there?
Yeah.
I was on my morning walk because I'm trying to slim down 20 pounds. 20 freaking, actually, it's like 19 and a half. I round up, right?
That counts. That counts. You're talking
I'm
ounces.
down
You're fine.
20 pounds in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Walking in the morning and eating a little bit better and doing a little fasting. I'm not a dietitian. I don't really know the perfect way to lose weight, but I know what I'm doing right now is losing weight, and I feel good. So I'm down 20 pounds, and I carry this weapon of choice with me just in case. I mean, this thing's heavy. This thing is seriously.
Yeah, you use it as a defense, self-defense.
Well, when I dropped it on my walk, because we live in Northeast Scottsdale, North Scottsdale-ish, and so the neighborhood's quiet, it's a gated community, and I do like 10 laps around, which is usually about 3.5 to 4 miles, and I dropped that thing when it was quiet, and it was so loud. And I was just like, but yeah, it's got the beauty mark on it again, right there, right at the top. So, but I feel like I can do about 50 of those and the thing will still be fine, and it keeps your water cold. So, all right, let's jump into it. What's first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes. We warned you ahead of time. The headlines might suck, but the jokes definitely are horrible. So here's headline number one. Kristaps Porzingis his return sparks the Celtics in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Celtics dominated Dallas last night to the tune of 107-89 in game 1. Porzingis finished with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks in just 20 minutes.
He came out swinging. He was ready to be back on that court
weeks
again.
Off and came out on fire. That was amazing.
Looked like he never took a break.
Yeah, Celtics are up 1-0 in the finals, and the next game is on Sunday, I believe, Sunday evening.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a lot to watch on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get all my work done in time to watch all that. All right, Lady M. What did the beach say when the tide came in?
What did the beach say when the tide came in? I don't know.
Long time, no see. All right. Told you they were horrible. Headline number 2, Chiefs. BJ Thompson is awake, alert, following his seizure and cardiac arrest during a special teams meeting.
Oh, wow. So not even like they weren't playing. He was just during a meeting.
He was in the meeting.
Dropped down.
Seizure and cardiac arrest.
That's pretty rough.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But thank God he's okay. You know, we're not Chiefs fans, but you know, we root for certain people.
For anybody.
#Hamlin. Harmon, excuse me. I mean, not Denny Hamlin fans at all. But you know, when you cheer against players, but you don't want to see them get hurt or have any health issues.
You just want to see them lose. That's
pretty much it.
There.
Especially the Chiefs. Everybody's tired of the Chiefs. I now understand, after being a Patriots fan for 40 years,
what the haters might have been on.
what people truly thought about the Chiefs. Now that the Patriots aren't winning anything, the Chiefs are, and so all right. So I adopted a dog from a blacksmith. As soon as I brought him home, he made a bolt for the door. He made a bolt for the. All right, moving on. Headline number 3, Yankee slugger Juan Soto leaves yesterday's game versus Twins with forearm discomfort, set for testing today. I have not seen the reports yet. This is the story for the Yankees.
Yeah.
You know, they come out on fire, and then now he could be back tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. But like, they're always derailed every season by a key injury that slows them down, or something happens, and it's like it's the reverse curse of the Bambino. You know, it's like now that the Sox are winning, the Yankees suck and they're cursed forever. I don't know. It's just, all right. There are only 2 things that I don't eat for breakfast. That would be lunch and dinner. Why would you eat those for breakfast? All right, moving on. Horrible dad jokes. Headline number 4, Stuart Haas drivers face uncertain future with team folding. Chase Briscoe, Josh Berry, Noah Gragson, and Ryan Preece will need to find new homes next season.
I didn't know Stuart Haas had folded. That just happened?
They announced at the end of this season their NASCAR team is done.
I mean, they have
both owners, Stewart and Haas, have agreed they're going.
Go. That is a lot.
So,
that was a big team. That's a whole.
I mean, I think
like outside of the drivers, you've got all of their pit crews and.
Yeah, they're gone.
It's a lot.
They're done. But I mean, a lot of them will find jobs.
Yeah,
I think maybe like we can get rich and make $5 million and buy a team, like maybe a one-car NASCAR team.
Yeah.
To get started, $5 million will not buy a NASCAR team.
I know. Who would
$5 million buys a couple of midget teams.
Who would we pick out of these drivers? Let's just pretend we could buy one.
Well, let's do that. Like, who would you pick? Me personally, I would probably go with either Josh Berry or Ryan Preece because they're young enough. Actually, they were all pretty young.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go Josh Berry or Ryan Preece.
But he was better, and then he kind of fell back a bit. So that's you'd have to figure out why.
I don't know. I think because of their experience, they will land somewhere next season. At bare minimum, they'll be in the Xfinity series and just wait for a spot to open up.
I mean, there's a good the Xfinity list series of drivers still in the Cup series that are always behind these guys. So
that's true. That's very true. One of our favorites that I can't think of his name right now, number 7.
I'm not
Corey LaJoy. Corey LaJoy.
I love LaJoy.
Yeah, LaJoy's good at the super speedways, but outside of that, he kind of stinks. But he's a great guy, supports veterans. You know, we like it.
Great to his fans.
All right, Lady M, where did people hang out during medieval times?
I have no idea.
At nightclubs.
Ha.
Night.
With a K.
With a K. Nightclub. All right, that was terrible. All right, so that was headlines with horrible jokes. What's next?
NASCAR Weekend at Sonoma.
All right, let's jump into this. This NASCAR segment is brought to you by Mamba Hot Sauce. Park that RV and become the talk of the track at NASCAR Weekend when you're cooking with Mamba Hot Sauce. Mamba Hot Sauce. Don't be a wimp. Pick up your flavor at www.mambahotsauces.com. If you miss it, just keep your eye on the bottom of the page. We'll keep that up there the entire segment, probably the rest of the show. All right. Let's jump into NASCAR news and notes. So what's the schedule look like this weekend? Craftsman Truck Series is actually off until like the end of the month.
Oh,
June 28th. Okay. Yeah.
That's a
they don't come back until Nashville, which by the way is a super speedway, which is probably the next time you'll see Corey LaJoy have a good race. Hopefully not that long, but I mean, again, he does good at super speedways.
Yeah.
All right. So ARCA series is kicking off already, I believe. I'm trying not to look. I believe they started 30 minutes ago. Again, Greg Capalupo is out there taking shots, photos, and everything. So I should start getting stuff in from him within the next hour or so to start sharing on social media. Again, you can follow us at Smart Side. You can follow us on the S3 Sports Show. You can follow us on Sports Media X, and you will get all of that content. All right, NASCAR Xfinity Series. Tomorrow's race is called the Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250. Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250. Here's one of the things that I can't stand. It's called the 250.
But it's not 250.
I'll get to that. Track length is 1.99 miles of asphalt road course. Time tomorrow starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a purse of $1.747 million. You can start watching on TV on FS1 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On radio, listen on PRN. You can also listen on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. The distance is 156.95 miles. Let me know if you hear the number 250. That is a total of 79 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 20. Stage 2 ends on lap 45. Final stage ends on lap 79. Where in there do you hear the numbers 250?
Yeah, if it's basically a 2-mile track and you're going 79, it's like 160.
Yeah, about 160. It's 156.95 miles.
Nowhere in there is there any.
They would have been better just to call it the 150.
Unless maybe
the 150 plus.
I don't really.
What is that? Plus. Divide by 10 and multiply by 6. That's 150.
Like
that's 150 kilometers.
So you think I nailed it then?
I think you got it. So for all of our friends up in Canada
50.
who love NASCAR, there's what they did for you. Apparently.
No, I agree.
Apparently.
I feel like they think that the number has to be over 200 or it doesn't sound cool.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, even today's ARCA race, I think, is the 200. And they're not even close to that. They're doing like 70 laps. Yeah, they're doing, no, it's like 80 or 90 laps. And it's, no, it's not even close. Whatever. Anyway, so that's the Xfinity Series race. That is tomorrow. NASCAR Cup Series race is the Toyota Save Mart 350. Let's check the math on this one. Again, it is a 1.99 mile asphalt road course. The time is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a total purse of $8.426 million. You can start watching on Fox at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on radio at PRN, and on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. The distance is 218.9 miles, a total of 110 laps. The stage 1 ends on lap 25, stage 2 ends on lap 55, and the final stage ends on lap 110. Where in there do you hear the number 350?
Nowhere.
350. So divided by 10, multiplied by 6, 70 times 3 is 210. Yeah. It's 218 miles. All right. So it would be, if the 350 is kilometers,
maybe
you might have a shot at this. You may have cracked the code. They just making up numbers. All right. So out front, news of this weekend is qualifying well is imperative for a successful weekend at Sonoma. They qualify tomorrow, I believe, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, because I want to do it before the Xfinity race. The 34 NASCAR Cup Series races at Sonoma Raceway have produced 19 different pole winners since the first event way back in 1989. Qualifying well is crucial for a shot at the win this weekend, as only 2 of the previous 34 Sonoma Raceway Cup races have been from a starting position outside the top 15. 2 winners have been outside the top 15 and starting. In total, only 15 different starting positions on the grid have led to victories in the 34 NASCAR Cup Series races at Sonoma Raceway. The pole, or the first starting position, is the most proficient starting position in the field, producing more series wins with 6 than any other starting position at Sonoma Raceway. In total, 6 of the 34 NASCAR Cup Series races at Sonoma Raceway have been won from the pole. The most recent is Kyle Larson in 2021. There have been 19 NASCAR Cup Series Sonoma Raceway pole winners. 4 are active this weekend. That is Kyle Larson, who has 4 poles, Denny Hamlin, AJ Allmendinger and Joey Logano all have won. Most recently, Denny Hamlin had the pole last season.
Yeah.
All right. Active Sonoma Cup winners. Martin Truex has 4 wins, leads everybody. He won last year's race. Kyle Busch has 2. Daniel Suarez, has 1, and Kyle Larson has 1. Active road course winners, because there's more than one road course. I believe there's 5 road courses total, which is why you can no longer say all they do is go around in circles. That's not quite right. About 15 to 20% of the schedule is, I just threw that number out there, but it's probably pretty close. Road courses. All right. Active road course winners. The leader is Chase Elliott with 7 wins. Martin Truex Jr. has 5. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson have 4. AJ Allmendinger and Tyler Reddick have 3. Christopher Bell, William Byron have 2. And Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Michael McDowell all have 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So like almost a third of the field.
That's quite a lot.
Have 1.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is. There's some of those names are people that are due. Like Truex. He still hasn't got his win yet.
Speaking of which, Truex can actually tie Jeff Gordon for the most Cup wins at Sonoma.
Interesting.
With a win this weekend.
He's definitely going to want it.
It's 5 wins. He can tie at Sonoma.
All right.
Let's see here. All right. 2024 driver playoff outlook following number 15. These are drivers without wins. In the 10th spot, Martin Truex Jr. Number 11. Remember these names. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute.
Okay.
Ty Gibbs. In 12th place is Alex Bowman. 13th, Ross Chastain. 14th, Ryan Blaney. 15th, Bubba Wallace. And in 16th right now, the man that might not have a job next season, Chris Buescher. Buescher.
Yeah.
No, Buescher will have a job next time. I was looking at Chase Briscoe in the next spot. Buescher will have a job next season. He's been running pretty well.
I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, what did Buescher do that I don't know about?
Buescher's been doing. He's been running up front. Matter of fact, he's lost like 2 races on the final lap.
I was expecting you to say Chase Briscoe, and he said might not have a job, and then you said Buescher, and it was.
They're only 10 points apart.
Yeah.
They're only 10 points apart. As a matter of fact, this weekend, like Bubba Wallace and Chris Buescher with poor showings can be overtaken by Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, maybe even Kyle Busch, who has slipped all the way back to 19th.
That's kind of surprising for me, that one. He's been racing well, but he's also had some pretty bad setbacks.
You know, people are decking him with right hooks.
Running him into walls.
He's just running into walls and shit. And
it's just eating him up.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. With that being said, I mean, it should be a fun weekend. There is a Australian invasion this weekend.
Interesting.
Waters and Brown to attempt NASCAR Cup Series debuts at Sonoma. So flying over the Pacific Ocean this week from Australia to California are 2 competitors, Cam Waters and Will Brown, looking to make their NASCAR Cup Series career debuts this Sunday in the Save Mart 350, which isn't 350, at Sonoma Raceway. Cam Waters is an established veteran of the Repco Australian Supercars series with quite a resume. A championship runner-up in 2020 and 2022. A Victoria native has 11 career wins. Waters, 29, made his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Martinsville Speedway earlier this season and now has set his sights on the NASCAR Cup Series at Sonoma. Joining Waters this week is Repco Supercars Championship star Will Brown, native of Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. That's right. We mentioned Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia on our show. He will drive the number 33 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet at Sonoma Raceway on Sunday. So he will be partnered with Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. He currently leads the Supercars Championship point standings. So he's coming over to have some fun. Should be fun. There are a ton of first-time drivers this weekend, and I'm actually not going to go through that list because there's 50 of them in all three series that are racing there this weekend that are first-time drivers. Holy cow. All right. With that being said, let's play a little bit of Who Beats Who, which is next, which is what I was supposed to ask you to say. Lady M, what's next?
Who Beats Who?
All right. Wow. Who saw that coming? I didn't. All right. So we're going to go through the standings, and we're both going to write these down. We're both going to actually select who will beat who based on their spots in there. We're going to go through the top 20 in the standings. Okay. If I can get the right screen pulled up here. Here we go. All right. So who beats who? Okay. Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson? Who beats who?
I'm going to say Larson comes out on top there.
You're going to say Larson. Larson, by the way, got the go-ahead from NASCAR. So he got the voucher that says that he can still be in the playoffs.
Cool.
Which is cool because you can't have one of your best drivers not being in the playoffs because of rain, right?
Right.
All right. So you're going to say Larson. I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to say Larson.
Okay.
I'm going to say Larson. Hamlin's leading the standings, but I'm going to say Larson this week. Next up, two really good road course drivers. Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr.
I'm going to go with Truex because I've been saying for weeks now that I feel like he's due. So that's my main reasoning.
He won this race last year.
Yeah.
He won this race last year.
You could see some of his aggression coming on towards the end of a race where he's getting really frustrated with it. So I feel like I'm going to go Truex.
I don't want to go chalk with you. I'm going to go with Elliott. He's got the most road course wins of any active driver. So I'm going with Chase Elliott. That's how I justify it. Next up, here's the matchup. William Byron or Tyler Reddick? William Byron or Tyler Reddick?
I'll go Byron.
You're going Byron. I think I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to agree with you. I think Byron finishes better. Reddick's pretty good, though. Reddick's pretty good. Yeah. He doesn't have as many wins, but he has more top fives and he has more stage wins.
He's still looking good this year, too. But I still feel like Byron has just a little bit of an edge.
Next matchup, the gentleman looking for his first career win, currently sitting in 7th, Mr. Ty Gibbs, going up against one of the hottest drivers in all of NASCAR right now, Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
Ty Gibbs or Christopher Bell?
I would go with Bell, but I know Gibbs is definitely going to make his way up there. I feel like this is his year for his first win. We'll see if I'm right.
First Cup Series win.
Yeah.
First Cup Series win. I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I like Ty Gibbs. I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can outrace Christopher Bell.
Well, I picked Bell.
Oh, you picked Bell?
Yeah, and then I talked about how Ty Gibbs will probably do something soon.
Well, all right.
You're
I
gonna
like
go
proving
Gibbs.
you wrong. All right. Come on, Gibbs. Let's do it. All right. So you got Bell. I got Gibbs. Next
Yeah.
up, if you pick against your guy. All right. Brad Keselowski, who is not your guy, going up
Right.
against your guy, Alex
Yeah.
Bowman.
I'm definitely gonna say Bowman. But
Just
that's
because he's your
also
guy?
no, it's also based on his performance this year. He's been getting like he's jumped from being down around 15 to being pretty stuck up around 5 or 7 in there somewhere. So
All right.
I can't say the same for Brad.
God, I hate to agree with you again. It's not how relationships work.
Yes, it is.
I'm going with Keselowski. I'm
Okay.
going with Keselowski just because I'm going with Keselowski. I think like if he's going to make the playoffs, he's already got it. He's already got a win. He's already in. Never mind. So yeah, I'm going with Keselowski. Next up, Ross Chastain
Okay.
or Ryan frickin' Blaney.
Blaney.
Ooh. Blaney is a good road course driver. He's really good at road course.
He's been going to be getting pissy back there too. I mean, he was the Cup Series winner last year, and he's really been struggling. So
He has no
this
wins.
year. Yeah.
But the number 12 finds himself in 12th spot
Right.
in the standings with
Right.
no wins. Does have 4 top 5s. All right. Let's go with Bubba Wallace.
Wait, who did you pick?
Did I say?
No.
I'm going with Blaney.
Okay. Who was the other guy?
Ross Chastain.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. Now Wallace
versus Bubba Wallace versus Chris Buescher. Buescher. Buescher.
Bubba.
You're going with Bubba.
I'm going to go with Bubba.
These
Buescher's
two
really been up there this year, but
they're fighting for that last spot. They could be fighting. I mean, it's just 13 and 14, but both of them could be taken out of the playoffs this weekend, or at least moved out for right now.
Make the push. Yeah.
Who do you got?
I picked Bubba.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bubba.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Bubba on this one. Next up, Chase Briscoe or Joey Logano. Chase Briscoe or Joey Logano?
I'm going to say Logano, I think. That's just because I've been hearing
Logano needs the points
more. And he's also been...
They both need the points.
He's been doing good moving ahead positions, if that's all he's been doing good at this year. So
yep, they both need the points. They're both just on the outside looking in.
Yeah,
just on the outside looking in. I'm going with Logano. I want to see Stewart Haas drivers like get a win this season. I don't think it's going to be this weekend.
Who are we comparing with Logano? My brain is not. It's Friday.
Chase Briscoe.
Thank you.
Chase Briscoe.
I'm still trying to
keep
track so I won't forget.
Kyle Busch, who's not in the playoffs, versus Austin Cindric, with his win, is in the playoffs. Kyle Busch versus Austin Cindric.
See, this is a rough one because it should just go to Rowdy by default almost. But with the year he's had this year, it's a little scary to pick him even because nothing has gone this man's way. This is a year everything has been a punch in the face. I can use that pun. I'll still say Busch though. I'll still say Busch.
I will say Busch because
I'm so sketchy about it.
Actually, they both have a road course win under their belt. But I'm going to say Busch because that's my guy. So I got to go Busch. Last matchup.
Okay.
Daniel Suarez, who is in the playoffs and does have a road course victory against Josh Berry, who is currently not in the playoffs.
Suarez.
Yeah, I'm going with Suarez. He's a road course guy. He does good at road courses.
This is where
I'm
he's
going
going
with
to shine.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right. Got them all.
That was who beats who. We'll post who picked who on our Facebook page. Make sure you do that.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Welcome to Wrexham.
We finally got around to watching Welcome to Wrexham.
We have been talking about watching since the 3rd episode of the 1st season. Just for anybody that needs to hear it. And we're just now finally.
That's the word. Yeah, we watched the first season.
Yeah, we're into
we watched the first season. Yeah, we watched the first episode of the second season, but we watched the entire first season. We'll do the second season next weekend.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this?
I have a hard time watching something like this and not immediately being invested in the team, especially when they get you in that place where you like know the players. You become a little part of their life. It's impossible not. It's really, really well done. It's got a lot of Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor in it. It's got a lot of Rob McElhenney's sense of humor in it, which is I haven't watched It's Sunny in Philadelphia yet, so he's a new element to this puzzle. Right there,
that's gonna be the next thing that we watch.
The way that, probably the way that they piece together their jokes and their sense of humor with all of the, I don't know, like the realness of the sport, the way that they keep the players, and they have the fans. They've got like a whole base of the fans there in Wrexham, Wales, that they talk to everyone. It's fun. I like it. They've done a brilliant job with how they chose to film it.
I love the humor. I'm a big Ryan Reynolds fan. Like, he's my man crush Monday, every Monday. But yeah, like I did not know that McElhenney was this funny.
Right.
Like, I didn't, like when he did the part where he was hosting late night and his wife, who is on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with him.
Yeah.
She came on and they showed a clip of like when a goal was scored. Right. It was a goal that was scored, but it ended up being offside, so the goal was no good. But they were celebrating. His wife is a row in front of Rob McElhenney. Ryan Reynolds is to his left. They're all celebrating. His wife turns around to give him a hug, and he kind of brushes her off and jumps into the arms of Ryan Reynolds to celebrate. And his wife, oh my God, it was so funny.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. She's like,
it was so funny.
Called him out on live TV about it.
Yep. I am here to celebrate just a fantastic moment. I turn around, my arms are in the air to give you a hug, and you just turn away from me and jump into the arms of Ryan Reynolds. Hilarious.
It was funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
That's the whole sense of humor. I love the fit he threw about when Ryan Reynolds went to a game that he didn't go to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And looks he is giving. It shows
everybody celebrating, and then it cuts back to Rob's face and making the really.
He's just staring at the camera with just pissed off look because he didn't go with him. Ryan Reynolds just went without him. Right. And like I'm sure he was working on like shooting funny. It's Always Sunny or something.
And they include so much stuff about the community there and the various people, and they show you ways that they're helping. Like they started a program for disabled people to get to the away games. Never mind making sure that their own stadium is appropriate, but like to help take their special needs local people and to get them playing soccer. Found a version of soccer. A bunch of kids.
Yeah, they started out the season. They started out the season in 12th. You have to be in first place to advance, or you have to win the tournament. Right. So they were in second place, lost to the first place team to win the cup and advance. So then they had to go into the playoffs, and they lost in the semifinal round of the playoffs. So they are now, so basically they're in the national league, national level, which
Yeah.
is below like the league where you
What we
actually
would consider
get like a
professional.
money and
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of stuff opens up. They can afford to renovate their stadium, like all
Recruit
this stuff.
people from foreign countries. They mentioned
Yeah,
that
this
several
is
times.
Wrexham Stadium, which is called the race course because it
Yeah.
was an old horse race course. It's still called the race course. It's the oldest stadium
Still in use.
in the world,
Mhm.
still in use. And so it definitely needs renovation. Um, so they were hoping to be able to advance so they can get better players and all this
Yeah.
stuff. But the way that the crowd has just come along,
Yeah.
the fans have come along and supported this team, and they've got the craziest freaking chants
Yeah,
that
they make a
like they
song about
do during
everything,
the
but I love it.
games.
I'm here
They
for
made a
it.
song about like Deadpool and Rob McElhenney on the team, and they sing it at the
Yeah.
track and all this stuff.
It's
And the away teams fans, if Ryan
sort of
Reynolds, good.
I was gonna say you sort of watch the town come alive when
Oh
you're watching
yeah,
the series too, because they were I want to say they had spent been in the National League for 14 years and been towards
yeah,
the bottom of the National League for 14 years. So even though
yep.
they don't make it out of that league and into the next league, they don't get promoted the first season, but they get all the way to the semifinals and like just the
Oh yeah,
really really breathe some fresh air into the town.
yeah.
Like the people look
We
different.
did cheat a little bit and watch the first episode of the next season, which we'll continue watching probably
Over the
with
next
everything
week,
that I have to watch this weekend, Monday.
probably.
We'll see. Um, but in the first episode, spoiler alert, the first episode of season 2, they're actually talking to a lot of the main characters, a lot of the main fans that they highlighted throughout
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first season. And they're talking how fans are coming up to them, asking them to
Getting
sign
their
jerseys and
autographs and
stuff
stuff.
because they're
From the
on
show.
this show. So they became
Right.
fans of theirs, like they're actors on their favorite show, but it's real
Right.
life.
And these
So,
are
I
just people
mean,
that like the soccer team, so it's like
yeah,
a little mind-blowing for them, and you can tell.
yeah, it's pretty
It's
cool.
cute.
I like it.
It's
That would be
cute, yeah.
like us having somebody come up to us and ask him for our autograph. That would be
Like,
insane
it
because nobody
would.
knows who the hell
It
we
would
are.
I wouldn't know how to like, even when big nerd for anybody that didn't know, I do cosplay, and I go to Comic-Cons and stuff like that. When people ask me to take a photo with them, it feels weird.
Yeah. I don't know what that's like. Nobody likes me. All right.
Like,
Moving on. Nobody outside this house, babe. The cat doesn't even like me.
she loves you. That's why she bullies you.
No. There's a difference between loving somebody and loving somebody because they do something for you. Okay?
Well, yes. But that's a cat.
Big
in a
difference.
nutshell.
You know how many relationships I've been through of just women in my life that do that? Not you,
Yeah, I do.
but like she's just one of them.
I know.
She's just when she only comes to me when she wants something.
There had to be a toxic
Crazy.
girlfriend somewhere, I guess. So at least it's the cat.
gotta keep it going. All right. So
She's the same to me,
do we recommend that you watch Welcome to Wrexham?
Yeah.
You haven't started yet? I'm
You
not
don't
even a soccer fan.
you don't have to know anything about soccer. You don't have to care about soccer. They give you history lessons, they show community stuff. It's very engaging on its own. It's not just the pure sport.
Yeah.
If you're a diehard soccer fan, you might struggle with that part a little bit, but
Well, if you're a
if you
diehard
have
soccer fan, you probably don't
Hulu
want to
plus
cheer
plus
for any
plus,
other team.
any of the Wrexham games that air on TV, you can see. Just to
Yep,
throw that
on
out there.
ESPN Plus.
Yep.
Yep, ESPN Plus.
We're
So
gonna start
I
doing it
actually
as
took
well,
it a step further. I took it a step further, and I downloaded FC24, which has
Yes.
Wrexham.
Wrexham in
And
it.
here's how good at soccer I am. I made myself the goalie.
Yeah.
The very first kick that came to me, I just stood there and watched it go by. That's how good I am at soccer. Even the character, the player that I created sucks. I
Well, then,
literally just watched it go by me. I didn't
after it
dive or
went by,
nothing.
you ran the other way, from what I remember, because I was watching.
You weren't supposed to tell them that. That part you weren't supposed to tell them. I thought I proved how bad I was with just what I said, and then you added that.
It was so cute,
So
though.
I did what any true gamer does. I restarted the game. I'm replaying that freaking game.
Yeah.
As soon as
Yeah.
we're done here. All right. That's enough. Thank you so much for those of you that listen. Make sure you share it. Tell your friends about it. We're just a boyfriend and girlfriend. We're just an awesome couple that loves sports. I have dragged her along with me into my sports universe, and she's doing a great job with it. But
I've always liked sports. It just was always also very discouraged from being allowed to get into them.
yeah, let's get into them. Absolutely. You should never be discouraged about loving sports. Don't forget to check out the recap from Sonoma Weekend with our photos from Greg Capalupi. He's a 35-year photography veteran, and he shot me one. He sent me the very first photo that he took. I almost want to print it out and put it in a frame. That's the very first photo we have shared as Sports Media X.
Yeah.
From covering NASCAR live. We've covered college football. We've covered Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first. This was our goal. NASCAR. Our initial goal. We were hoping to get there in a year.
We had to work a lot harder to get into NASCAR as us too. So
I went from
being a big triumph on a lot of levels that are behind the scenes too, is what I'm getting at.
I went from being a sports director for, I guess you can call them reputable, I'm not going to crush them, media group with probably 24 NASCAR partnerships.
Yeah.
Where all I had to do is say, hey, we're coming to cover, and they would approve it, to completely starting over. I lost all of my partnerships.
Yeah.
And we're back in, but we got back in 6 months earlier than I projected.
Yeah.
From hard work. If you want to learn more how to get into sports media and start covering NASCAR, make sure you message us. I will show you the way.
He's done it twice.
Your Yoda. Yeah, I started over from scratch twice.
And built all of it too, though. Even the baseball and the college, that was all.
Yeah, it was all from nothing.
When we started over. So.
Yep. And we're charging forward now. All right. Once again, shout out to our segment sponsors. Been scrolling across the whole damn segment, the whole podcast. Mamba Hot Sauces, Neil and Karen, two of the nicest people you will ever meet. Neil's one hell of a cook. We need to order some more hot sauce.
We do. I need that jalapeno verde. I can't run out of that.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't I just knock that out? We got a little bit left. I think I left you a little bit in the true manly fashion. I left you enough to sniff right in the bottle. My bad. All right. A shout out as well to Angelica at SWFL Promos for our personalized tumblers. There you go. Mine says JD. Hers says Lady M. You can go to swflpromos.com. Tell Angelica that JD and Lady M sent you. Also, let's give a quick shout out to all of our other partners for Coach JeffDemers.com. Did I close? I closed it out. That's cool. All right, hold on. So, you know what? Go to CoachJeffDemers.com to see all the NASCAR stuff coming from this weekend. You can go to Sports Media X when you can go to that website and go to partnerships where you will see No Boss, No Rush. Shout out to them. They are our main brand. You'll see Mamba Hot Sauce. You'll see Podbean. You'll see the Geek Out Academy. You'll see I have to change her logo. SWFL Promos. You'll see Janine Hernandez, Book Publishing Academy. Shout out to Janine. You'll see the Buckeye Gazette, Twin Flame Images and Productions, Sports Action Arizona, and of course, Joel Willman from Joel Willman Racing, who usually joins us, but he got stuck with another obligation. He's getting back on track. He was supposed to be out for 2 weeks. He's getting back on track. this Sunday over at Angel Park up in Wisconsin. So good luck to him on that. That's it for us. That's the show. Make sure you share it. Make sure you like it. Thank you so much for your support, and we will see you guys next week.
Keep
Go
loving
Kyle. Go Kyle. I haven't asked you yet. So just jump into the point. Lydia, what's the final word?
Keep loving sports.
I have her trained, but not that well, obviously. We'll see you guys later.